demonstrated her devotion to HIAS Chicago, and we truly valued her commitment to excellence and her guidance. So all of us as members of HIAS board are looking forward to working with her as a board president and leading us in the next 3 important years at HIAS. And I give the floor to you if you would like to say a few words.
See, I know podiums are not always my friends. But as long as you can see me and as long as you can hear me, I think we're in business.
And you can take that off and hold it in your hand.
11 years of singer.
Got it. There we go. How's this?
Good. Great.
Good? Okay, perfect. Well, hello, dear friends of HIAS Chicago. Standing here today triggers several poignant memories of my journey through the process of immigration and acculturation. In my high school graduation speech, I quoted the famous phrase by Rabbi Hillel, "If I'm not for myself, then who will be for me? And if I'm only for myself, then what am I? And if not now, when?" My talk at that time focused on empowering my high school peers to claim their place in the world by showing appreciation to those who made their lives in reality possible, and to take initiative to look around them and consider a multitude of ways in which they can make a difference. I try to practice what I preach. Alan mentioned that I won an undergraduate HIAS Chicago scholarship. It was actually at that time that I met a number of HIAS staff and board members who are here in this room and continue to inspire me to this day. Having been active in community work in high school, as I began my college career, not being involved in the Jewish community on campus was unheard of, absurd, unthinkable. If you know Loyola Hillel, you know Patty Ray, and the extent of her infectious enthusiasm. It is actually very special to have Patty here because I consider her one of my mentors on life and relationships, and she has been such an important constant in my life during my years on the Loyola Hillel board. Patty Ray, HIAS Chicago, my naturalization ceremony are all intertwined in the memory representing the culmination of my journey to citizenship. I was granted U.S. citizenship during a naturalization ceremony that also served as commemorative 85th anniversary celebration of HIAS Chicago. And I referred to Patty because she was actually at that event. Suzanne, you probably recall that I spoke at the event, but I don't know if you recall a thank you letter that you sent me afterward. You had kindly written about me exemplifying that this country's greatness had been created through welcoming the stranger and embracing diversity. You closed the letter with, "You made HIAS Chicago proud." That letter was dated December 12, 1996. I hope that today that remains true, and I intend to continue to not let HIAS Chicago down. My journey is one of countless demonstrations of potential and capacity of people to grow under nurturing circumstances. My family's journey and our lives in the United States have been made possible by the dedication of remarkable advocates for freedom of Jews from the former Soviet Union and ongoing support of the Jewish community in this area. When I'm asked about my involvement, I don't need to pause to think of an answer. I say simply that the Jewish community has been very welcoming, and I want to give back and be a part of it. With hard work and dreams of freedom, immigrants have built this great land, and with their families help build strong, productive communities. With HIAS Chicago, I feel a sense of belonging, and I'm proud to be part of this organization whose mission it is to help immigrants find freedom and succeed in America. HIAS Chicago is an important part of my life. It is only now, as a parent myself, that I deeply appreciate the courage of my parents and my grandparents who left everything behind for a possibility of a better future for their children. I want to make them proud. I also want to preach by example, as I hope my children will successfully integrate their multicultural identities and get involved in the Jewish community. I'm extremely honored to be selected the president of HIAS Chicago and to accept the responsibilities of the position. I would like to thank the HIAS board for their faith and trust in my abilities to lead the agency during what we anticipate will be a very exciting yet challenging chapter in our history. I also need to thank my family, my husband Yuri Persitz, who is right there, and my parents, Galina and Vladimir, as well as my father-in-law, Leonard Persitz, for all of their support. And also, most importantly, because they are the ones pitching in to manage child care arrangements. HIAS does tend to monopolize some of my evenings. This position comes with big shoes to fill. With the distinguished board presidents we have had in history, in more recent times, Ralph Rubner, Reddy Felsenthal, and Jeffrey, I look forward to continuing my relationships with them for advice and counsel, and also look to our other talented board members for their guidance. I appreciate that all of the board gives so much of their personal time and commitment to HIAS. I look forward to working with HIAS staff, the board, JCFS, and the Jewish Federation in advancing HIAS Chicago's role in our community. Thank you very much.